Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the November Plan With Me video. As usual, we're starting off with a very quick flip through of the previous month in my bullet journal, which is October of course. So for October I went with a kind of fall or autumn theme, but I wanted to keep it simple and not too much, just because I've done too much fall before and it didn't really work out. So I kept things kind of clean this time. And as usual, my mood and time tracker are my favorites at the end of the month. They always turn out so colorful and I really love it. But let's leave October behind us and start with November. So November, I came up with an amazing theme, which is Lord of the Rings. Now, if you're here, you have not watched Lord of the Rings. Who are you? First of all. Second of all, why not? And third of all, please go watch Lord of the Rings, because that movie is amazing, or should I say movies. Now you may be offended that I say the movies are amazing when they are in fact books first. Well, the books are really tedious actually, but I really love the movies. Anyway, long story short, I came up with this theme because I also recently changed the name of my Instagram account. My previous name, as was the name of my YouTube account, was actually Saida's Road to Happiness. Saida is my name, and my Instagram used to be about things that make me happy, but it was kind of random. And then I really started to become invested in bullet journaling, and I changed over my account to only bullet journaling. And I figured my name should represent that as well. So I changed my account name on Instagram to one.bujo.to.rule.them.all. Those of you who are also avid Lord of the Rings watchers would know that one ring to rule them all is of course from Lord of the Rings. Anyway, because I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings, this came to me and I thought, well, this is great. It's kind of nerdy, but so am I, so it really fits. But it's also about bullet journals, and I thought that would be more clear by having Bujo in the name instead of Road to Happiness. And also Road to Happiness is kind of cheesy, let's be honest. Anyway, so I changed my account name, and I'm not sure yet actually what to do with my YouTube account, but for now I'll just have my name there, and I guess that's fine as well. Okay, but on to the plan with me. So for November, because of the Lord of the Ring theme, of course I wanted to do a map of Middle-earth. I just am obsessed with maps. When you open a book and the book has a map, you just know that book is going to be good. And I just love reading a story and then going back to the page with the map and seeing where you are on the map and where the other things are and how the people move. I just think there's something amazing about that. And also, who the hell comes up with this whole world besides the story? I mean, there's a whole map of stuff that's not even in the story, but it's there, and I just think that's amazing. So I did this map with watercoloring, really simple, and then a lot of doodle. And I focused on the recognizable towns or areas, just to keep it not too crowded with all the other random towns that are there or air. And I think it turned out really great. I was gonna do a brown color, but then for the other pages, brown didn't really fit, and I wanted to keep a sort of cohesiveness by choosing specific colors. So, because in the other spreads, brown was really not so much of a pretty color, I went with bluish. Googled this Lord of the Rings font for the November letters, and then I added a little edge of gold marker, which I think really gives it a nice edge and also adds depth. And for the depth, I also went back with watercoloring. And I really love this spread. Now, for my monthly overview, I always do the same thing, but this time I figured, why not go different and change it up? When I was googling Lord of the Rings related pictures, my eyes were immediately drawn by these huge statues when in the story they enter Rohan. So these are called the Argonath. And they are standing in between rocks and they frame a river. And I think this is really amazing. So these are also the ones that made me decide to choose the blue color for this month instead of brown. Just because I thought they would suit a blue grayish color better. And also because I could do the water in blue. So I outlined these and then watercolored them. And I sort of hovered my monthly overview on top, and I made the boxes a bit smaller than I usually do, but that's fine because usually I don't write that much down in here, or I don't have that much planned, so it should all work out. Now my mood and time trackers, if you've been here for a while, you know I do these every month. And I change them up sometimes, but usually they're the same. And for my mood tracker lately, I love either having 30 or 31 separate items that I can color individually, or just having one big item that is divided into 30 or 31 spaces. And that's what I did this month with a door to a hobbit house. Now, because I wanted to stick with the color theme, I didn't color everything with watercoloring because I thought it would be too much, especially if you know the spaces are going to be colored with corresponding moods. So I kept it simple and stuck to the blue grayish colors. And then for my time tracker, as usually I set up the frame, but it's all empty because I'm gonna color it in with markers anyway. Now lastly, my weekly spreads. So there's a story behind this spread. I wanted to try Dutch doors because I saw someone have one background and then do Dutch doors for a few weeks so that you don't have to create an entire background every week. And I figure November is gonna be a busy month for me, so I don't want to have to film. So I don't want to have to do a different weekly spread every week, just because my weekends are kind of busy, and if I need an entire day to set up a weekly spread, it's just gonna be too much work. So I thought I'd try out the Dutch door ID. Now, the first week of November, or actually the last week of October, you know, that in-between week, I'm on holiday actually. So that's that week I'm not setting up in my weekly spreads because I don't have anything to plan. Now, in my head, I was coming back the 12th of November from that holiday. In fact, I'm coming back the 5th. So, unfortunately, I set up the wrong weeks. Or, actually, no, I need these weeks, but I forgot a week. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. And then as I was setting up the first week, I was writing down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I covered it up with a new piece of paper and corrected the mistake. Anyway, so the first week I'll have to set up differently, but yeah, that'll happen some other time. I didn't feel like correcting it now or taking out these pages. So, looking back through all the spreads that I've done for November so far. First of all, of course, the opening spread I think is really amazing. I spilled some tea at the end and yeah, there are stains now. But it's fine, I love it. The maps are always great. My monthly overview I think is actually my favorite one for this month. Just because these Argonauts turned out really great. And yeah. Sometimes I'm just kind of surprised at my own creations and I'm like, whoa, this turned out exactly how I had imagined it. Who knew? I might actually be good at this stuff, you know? And then my mood and time tracker, they are kind of barren, but at the end of the month they will turn out great. I'm really curious about the weekly spread. Whether I will miss having different backgrounds or whether it will be amazing not to have to set up a weekly spread every week. Of course, except the first one that I forgot. Anyway, I hope you liked this video and got some inspiration out of it. If you have, please follow me on Instagram and tag me if you do any recreation on this. I would love to see your take on this. And if you're curious about the week that I forgot or other things, also check out my Instagram. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're looking forward to seeing more Plan With Me videos. And leave a comment down below if you have any ideas what you would like to see. Some other stuff, maybe stationery related or just whatever. Just leave it down below. I'll check it out. So thank you for watching and I'll see you guys another time. Bye bye.